Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to be doing a push to Mythic, hopefully on the second day, maybe first day. It's still August 1st when I'm recording this. I'm already up to Diamond 3, got to Diamond last night after a couple hours playing this deck here on screen. It's my Alchemy Mono Red deck. Before the Hubble Rubble, Alchemy, yada yada yada. It's a fun deck. I like the format. Sue me. I always say, play the formats you enjoy. So I've been playing this Alchemy deck. I currently have at least tracked 77% win rate. I got a number of 7-1 runs. I've been playing a lot on mobile. I always joke that this is my my go-to event deck that I play when I'm on a toilet because it's quick, fun, and easy. So basically the only kind of baddish matchup, despite the Juncing here, it's actually the life gain deck. I'm 4-1, but on mobile, I was probably about 50% against the life gain Cabaretti Revel deck. I have a much higher win rate against the Jund version. This is just what's been tracked so far, but there's ways to kind of play around it. So what are we actually looking at in this deck? So Alchemy gives us a couple of really key cards that we're missing in Standard. So we have Tiefling Outcast, which is kind of one of the go-to cards in this deck. So 1 mana, 1/1, it has double team. So when it attacks, it loses the double team ability, but you conjure a duplicate of it to your hand. So you basically just get free value creatures when it attacks. And then it's a lord effect for other demons, devils, imps, and tieflings. So it basically is a 1 mana that creates 2 bodies effectively for 2 mana. So you get 1 mana, 2 1/1s. It's really impressive if you have 2 in your opening hand. There's been games where I've had like 4 of these on the field by turn 4, and so you have 4 1 mana 4/1s. So you have that mixed with as well the big spender. It's also a devil, plays really nice. Whenever creature you control becomes blocked, you get to create a treasure token. It's got like artifacts that you could summon. I've only ever done it once, and I've got, what did I get? This guy, or no. Lord effect, whatever it's called, heraldic banner. But then we also have Merit's Enthusiasm, which is a new card I've been playing. So I was on 2 Pass the Torch before. Basically this is a shock that imprints its ability onto another creature. When that creature deals damage, you get to cast Pass the Torch from your graveyard again. So I was playing 2 of these, but because there's a lot more of the life gain angel decks, I needed to be able to deal 3 or 4 damage. So we had the Molten Impacts. This is just a 5th copy. Deals 4 damage, also hits planeswalkers, and then it buffs up the next creature you control. Ambergris, I play this card in Historic. It's very, very good. It is a 3 mana 3/2 that you can dump your hand and draw 2 cards. Very good late game to refill it with gas. In this version, I haven't really ever specialized it. It's mostly just attacking. I'm also playing Traumatic Prank, which has been really good. It's gain control target creature. But then it perpetually gets this creature can't block, and on the beginning of their upkeep pings damage. So if they have like Diviner Fates is the card I think I most commonly get. If they have any sort of big creature, or even just getting a blocker out of the way, just pumping through damage, works really well. Top end we have Thundering Raijus, and then I got Play with Fires, Bloodthirsty Adversaries to kick it back, Kumano to buff the team, which is just really good. And this is my new tech. So against the Jund combo, not so much the life gain combo, but the Jund combo with Cabaretti Ready wants to just keep casting creatures over and over again. Cemetery Gatekeeper says whenever, so you basically exile a creature with it, and then your opponent can't combo off. Every time they cast a creature, they take 2 damage, and they'll eventually die from that. So we'll give it a go. Like I said, I wanted to get a video of this because folks were asking. Diamond Tier 3. So we'll play some games. Let's hope that the deck isn't camera shy. Double check Alchemy ranked and go from there. Like I said, the life gain has been most common. The Jund combo, I'd rather see that because it's slower. While it can kind of just create impressive board states, it's easier to interact with. The life gain combo, obviously, because they can just outgain you in terms of life, but they have a lot of big creatures. Like Righteous Valkyrie is hard to kill if you don't have the 4 damage spell. They have all their 2-drops that get bigger every time they gain life. So we'll try this out and see how it goes. You keep most hands with Tiefling on 1. You usually want to lead on the Tiefling. And then if you can, if you have a big spender, I usually play big spender on 2. So this is the mirror. Yeah, so this hand's going to be really good. So we go Tiefling here. Hope they don't have interaction this turn. What might get us here is if they have like a 3 power. If they just go Big Spender, then we're in a really good spot. This does present them a... Yeah, so this is going to be a little rough just because it's 3 damage. But here what I can do... So we do need to hit a land. But I think we just go other Tiefling here. If they have a removal spell, they're going to want to kill this Tiefling because this Tiefling still has a double team ability. But now, depending on what they have, I'm not going to block here because they... Well, it depends. If they tap out, then I'll block. But yeah, we see the play with fire. Second Kumano. So I'd really like another land here. Lets me play Bloodthirsty. So here, I'm actually going to do this. It's more efficient on my mana. I have 2 in the reserve, so I can target Bloodthirsty for 1 mana next turn. Okay, so they prank me. Hit me for 4, so I need to be mindful that this can be active. Land. Another Tiefling's not bad. So now we're racing. So they have the prank. So they get my outcast? Is that how it works? Okay, that's how it works. So I gotta kill the Tiefling. I gotta kill this. So I only take 3. I'll take 2 with the pings. But now they're dead. 9 damage. Tieflings! In that game there, we literally cast nothing but Tieflings and play with fires. The deck's on 23 lands. It's tricky because I've had the odd game that you flood. I think it's 23. My mono reds, I usually always play 24. Found this version 23. It's generally okay. I might go up to 24th land just because it gives us access. Because the thing is, we have 4 drops that we want to play, and then we also have the mana sink in terms of the adversary. But until it's broke, we're just going to keep going with it. Might do this one a little longer of a video than usual to showcase, just because I'm going to be trying to get to Mythic. So this hand's a little interesting. We don't have a 1-drop, and we only have 2 lands. The adversaries right now are not great, but Big Spender, at least if it trades, we get a token. We also have Mephits. I usually like having 1 to 2 pieces of removal in an unknown, especially on the play, unless you have Tiefling. That's actually a really good draw. Okay, so mono white, this is likely the mono white aggro list. They're going to be playing taxing style effects. So this is actually an interesting turn. And I think we go Big Spender here. Because they're going to decide if they want to trade. They're not, which is great for us because I can take this off the battlefield. So here, I'm gonna go this because now I get a point. I get some damage in the tank that I could hit them with. So we are kind of racing. We'll take 1 more hit of lifelink. Again, largely okay. I think again we're just gonna store it in the reserve because this takes out their board. They don't get the Thalia. And now I can just push damage through because I have basically 2 removal spells here. Okay, that works out well. Yeah, they're just dead. This mono white deck is very heavy on 3-drops because of Inquisitor Captain, very similar to the Collected Company builds. So just killing their early threats there worked out pretty well. Because they were going to be able to race us because they're gaining 3 life a turn. We were dealing 5 damage. Had we not had the removal, we probably would have held something back. But then Thalia puts a pressure on us with the first strike. I will take it back. The hardest card to deal with this deck in particular is... oh, what's her name? The blue-black Planeswalker. Oh, it's going to bother me now. One sec. It's going to like... Tasha. This hand's dope. Okay, so Forsaken Monument white is likely the life gain combo, I would have to guess. Ooh, no. Dungeons. I'm going to go Tiefling here again. In this matchup, because it's going to go long, I'm going to want to flashback Molten Impact. Okay, so if we don't draw another... Yeah, I think given that, we're going to go Adversary here. The double drop opener is kind of annoying because this would have accrued a bunch of value. Gotta take Nadar off the battlefield here, I think. Oh, that's actually great. This one's scary. Okay, so we see Underdog here. Okay, that's an obscene amount of drops in the opener. Here... I don't want to trade my Raiju with Underdog. So we'll hold off a turn. I could put counters. Next turn, we see the Fiend come down. It's a pretty aggressive line. Oh, that's a lot of lines. I'm just gonna specialize now. Since we have the land. That's terrifying. So we see Liaisa. So we're gonna gain 4. So there are 3. I'll discard the card. They'll take 1, and then they take the 3 damage off that. So they're actually dead. To just the stuff. Got him. Like I said, this deck just steamrolls. that was through triple precipitous drop. I think they got too aggressive with their underdog attack there. This deck's a lot of fun. Like, there's the... I've criticized alchemy in some cases. Like, I still think the Cabaretti Revel decks, like, they're not quick enough to... It's supposed to be a digital format. They should be nerfing, and their buffs should be a lot better than just, here's a shitty tribal deck, let's make everything cost one less, or... like, what they did with dungeons, they made dungeons a playable mechanic. They added, like, the reducing on some costs, the buffs in certain stats. Like, what they did with elves and zombies, that wasn't really doing anything. You know, it's like a 3-2, and now it's a 3-3, but it's still... like an underpowered card. But like Cabaretti Revels, they should have nerfed it a while ago. Diviner probably needs a nerf. Like the Meat Hook one was a good nerf. They don't gain the life anymore, so it lets you at least race a bit. On the play we'll keep this. We do need a land, but depending on how aggressive the deck is, I might just go face with this. We'll see what they play out. Oh, white-based creature deck. Just want to be mana efficient here because I'm going to look to empty my hand. Perfect. So depending what their 2-drop is, I might go Traumatic Prank on it. Especially if it's something like Thalia. So I'm not going to discard my hand here, because I like all these cards in the matchup. So we'll set up for this, because then next turn I could Traumatic Prank, steal one of their things, and then play with fire to get my Adeline, Ambergris, not Adeline. Seeing that as a land looks nice. So I'm gonna steal this. Gonna kill this. And then I get the training on it. Again, 2 pieces of removal, not enough. If they're taking like a turn off, they're not going to be able to beat me, which is always fun. Like I said, Tasha is a tough deck and the life gain. Everything else, we got a ton of removal. The fact their removal's 3 mana and gives me my creatures back, especially when my creatures are so good. If it was like Skyclave Apparition, it would have been a little bit more annoying. We still would have got a 3-3 and a 4-4, but we don't get the haste elements. We see Traumatic Prank there, just kind of winning the game. Because that, by me taking the smaller guy as well, if they had more life, they would have had to force block, and then I get a creature back. And then we get the modify ability on it. That white deck, like I did the Alchemy meta, it was supposedly the top deck, but I think it just beats up on the Cabaretti, like the Jun Cabaretti deck, because you tax them a bit with Arcan of Emeria. But like it seems bad against everything else. You have no real removal, and you're so heavy on 3s. You face a lot of similar folks. Sounds good. I basically, if I have 2 to 3 lands and Tiefling, like the only thing I would like with this hand, especially because we're on the play, is a piece of removal. Okay, so that is potentially Jund combo. Could be Naya combo. If it is Jund combo, I got the best piece in the matchup. The junk combo plays 4 multi... Ooh, is it? Don't see that as often. Alright, no Cinderclasm. Fabul. I want to wait to do this. Interesting, they didn't take the ambergris off. My thought for there was, I got 2 Raijus, I want to push damage. Oh, it's Hinata. Haven't seen this deck as much. Hinata. Cool, game over. I love this deck. So good. Like, there's not really Divine Purge that goes around, so there's a lot of easy ways to kind of beat up on this. Alright. $11 wins to Mythic. Okay, so this hand's actually really good. So I always lead on Tiefling. Tiefling attacks. Big Spender is also really good here. I usually go Big Spender here because if they block, then I get the other treasure anyways. And it forces through a good chunk of damage here. Let's see if they want to trade here. So I could Kumano, but I think I want to keep pushing damage. The thing is, in this life gain mirror like matchup, you have to keep putting pressure because they're gonna get a point. Like, you can't go to the late game with them; they're gonna win the late game. If they take a turn off for Cabaret Revels, it's actually really good for me. I'll sneak in Ambergris. Yeah, because I have 2 Molten Impacts here. Voice is gonna get a dude. Hopefully, oh, that's so good. No other drop here. So I gotta get that off the battlefield. Do I want a Kumano? This is the best spell here. Can't tell if the audio keeps dying from Arena. Okay, so Righteous. Doesn't do anything. So I can Molten. If I Molten... Oh, I still have 1 point of damage. think we get rid of Raiju here. Gonna hold this because now I can kick another Molten Impact. Got him. So you see there, like, we're just keep putting pressure, 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 pressure. Ambergris when we need. Go and get more. Tieflings, just keep throwing. And we're basically putting them in a position where they have to continuously block. They're not gaining life. There's a synergy deck. They care about having a certain amount of cards in play. Okay, so Mojo I played earlier. He was on Body of Research. I don't know if he's still on it. I thought he was on Jun combo. Okay, so he's on a different deck. Yeah, I'm just gonna proactively do this. I don't want to give him the mana ramp. Mine would be good. This deck's actually really tough to deal with because of Angel Fire. So I have 2 in the tank here, so we'll deal another 2. Play my Tiefling out. I actually wouldn't mind even Land's a really good draw. Or what's its name? Cemetery Gatekeeper to eat this Angel Fire. This card's gross. Even in the last game, I got stuck on mana versus him. And he made a Body of Research, but he had the Fling. Otherwise, I had the Traumatic Prank. I was going to steal his Body of Research token. I don't know if he's streaming or not. The Menace with this is good. This hand, despite us missing lands, it lined up pretty well. Let me see if he's on. I'm not going to look at his stream. I just want to see if he's playing. Nope. Mojo's not a roper though, so I know this isn't malicious. Probably a disconnect or something. Like this. The first strike on that's actually scary. Finally. Jeez. My hand's good. If we didn't have the Raijus, I'd consider it, but we'll see what they play out here. Because what I can do next turn is I can attack with Ambergris. With it transformed and just deal 4. Got him. Mojo Jojo. 1-1 in the Battle of Joes. Nice 7-0 run for the stream. Getting closer. 9 wins. We'll go to like 40-ish minutes on the video, and then I'll link if we get Mythic tonight. It's going to be the goal, but if we continue this hot streak, shouldn't take too much longer. 30 minutes, 7 pips. Helps if I open my water bottle. You can see how that deck's a bit scary though. A lot of first strike, a lot of power coming in. Like, that's what I was saying with this format. There's a lot of interesting cards that they've added. Something like that Misprits, right? Where you've made these Prowess style decks. You can give them a buff. Cool things like that. You want to try Sticky even in Standard maybe? Do the Sticky Fingers, Illuminator, Virtuoso. Yeah, we played Salamander earlier. They were on mono red. So no burn in this hand, we're on the play, but I think Kumano, yeah, no 1-drop is a great start for us. So that, they have a pause there, so they have Play with Fire. See face. In this matchup, so unless you absolutely have to like hit lands or something, I think it's wrong to use your Play with Fire there. They could have passed the torch, so they have some priority. This is likely dead. Yeah. So the thing is with the pass the torch chain, it's actually really good in this matchup. Okay, so Ambergris is going to attack. And they are going to pass the chain, or pass the torch. Give it to another creature in hand. I think we just need to try, like, because I want to ideally get land and then play another 2-drop. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's see if they discard their hand. They had a good start. They also have 2 points of damage in. They have Raiju in hand is my guess. That's why they haven't discarded yet. Yeah, they got me. They're too far. They're gonna be able to do another Tiefling. I need like multiple Molten Impacts. Let's just go to the next one. So we got them the first game. They got us the second game. Play draw goes a long way, but they did also have 4 pieces of removal to the 1 we had. So them using Pass the Torch made a little sense there. They broke our streak. And that was my first loss to the mirror. You can see the ability, like Ambergris being very good there. I guess I could have played Gate. Well, it didn't even matter. I was gonna say I guess I could play Gatekeeper, but they had so many Molten Impacts. Hang on, looks good. 1, 2, 3. So one trick if you're playing against the John Cabaretti, the 1-mana red drop creature that fetches on death. You want to try to wait to kill it if you have a flip Kumano up because it exiles. Okay, this is going to be either Hinata or some Illuminator Virtuoso deck. Which... yeah, so we actually have to kill this right away. We're gonna go past the torch here. Because I can play this out and attack in and then maybe force a block with the past the torch. If not, we're just going to keep poking in and then try to flash this back. Strict Proctor is very annoying. We're just going to kill that. We don't have like a ton of ETB effects, but the toughness is also an annoyance. I guess I could have attacked first to get more in terms of a Molten Impact. I don't think I want to Ebon Heart here. Okay, so they don't want to use a pump spell here. I might Traumatic Prank, depending what they play out here. Because then I can flash it back with Adversary. This also has 2 damage built into it with Pass the Torch, but the Vigilance is annoying. I'm gonna hold the land for now, because I could connive. This could be slip out the back. Security bypass makes them can't be blocked. As long as they don't have protection, I win next turn. If they have protection, I die. The Connive's been really good with this deck. No March. Do you have March? Oh, come on. That's so frustrating. We had the card. The problem was it was unblockable. The Connive does a good job of just like double striking, giving you 2 draws for that. So they drew it on the second one potentially because they discarded the land on that. I'll keep this hand. I take it back. Prowess decks are the hardest. Blood on the snow. I'm gonna dig for a land here. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Choose one of them. Put all cards with the same name as the chosen card from among them in your hand. You lose 1 life for each card. Put the rest at the bottom. Want to hit my lands. Gonna get you going now. If I miss a land, then I'll go Kumano here. Seek. I think we do this still. I basically lose to Tasha here, which they have a curve. So, notably, how this works. So, 1 sec. You'll go to 3. No, I gotta put it here. Because they plus here, I need to be able to kill the Tasha. When you attack with this, the counters don't go on it right away. So funny thing here, this is a modifier, so it actually counts for damage here. They have blood on the snow, it's bad. Freeg. That was good. They might have make disappear. Chunk in some damage. The March for 4 life was good. How do you do? Exile target spell and roll. You may cast the exile card for as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana. This might be gross.
Don't try anything cheeky now.
Keeping this because if I get ambergris,
keep your
like I said, Tasha just stonewalls my deck. I got so much burn. Runs down the clock a bit.
I can find my way out of any predicament.
City Stalker pings them. We've seen March already out of them.
Beware.
This also can be an
I
attacker.
know some sickening magic.
I think this turn I'm just gonna do this. Could see Tasha ult next turn. Kill your own creature. Well, this can attack next turn. This can attack next turn. They could go Tasha ult. Come on. Give me something. We got 2 Play with Fires, 2 Kumanos. The average like creature quality is not that great in my deck at this point, for them at least. We got the 2 Raijus already in the graveyard. And the thing is, they have to almost keep things back defensively if they ult Tasha. Friend. That kills you.
Curses on you!
Yeah, that's not great. Come on over lethal. Boom! They could have had March of the Wretched with a black card in hand. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this one up for the video. We'll try to still push the Mythic. We went 8-2 with this list, 31-9 overall. Appreciate everyone stopping by. I hope you have a great one. If you have any questions on the list, feel free to ask, and we'll catch you next time.